your English podcast.
Today, we're tackling a topic that, well, it resonates with so many of us looking to expand our horizons, mastering a new language, specifically English when you're going it alone. Many people picture language learning meeting, a classroom or maybe a conversation partner. But what if embracing solo study actually holds some surprising, powerful advantages you haven't considered?
Indeed. We've taken a deep dive into a really insightful guide titled Master English Alone, your self-study guide.
Hmm.
And our mission for you, the listener, is basically to extract the core strategies and honestly some fascinating nuggets from this material. Things that prove you absolutely don't need a formal course or a study buddy to achieve genuine fluency. We'll show you how to turn what feels like a challenge learning solo into maybe your greatest asset. We'll cover everything from the big picture benefits right down to the nitty-gritty of daily practice.
Okay, let's unpack this then. When we typically think about language acquisition, yeah, our minds often jump straight to traditional classrooms, maybe group lessons or tutors. But this source, it immediately flips that script, doesn't it? It highlights the incredible freedom that comes with self-study. You're not tied to anyone else's schedule. You can tailor materials to what you're actually interested in, and you get to really hone in on precisely what you need. Right? That sounds like a powerful shift in perspective.
Absolutely. And what's truly fascinating here is how self-study isn't just like about convenience. It's a strategic advantage, almost a superpower. Think about it. In a group setting, a teacher has to cater to the average, right? So you might spend time on grammar you already know, or maybe rush through bits where you personally need more work. Solo learning lets you laser focus. You target your specific strengths to build confidence, and crucially, you directly tackle your unique weaknesses. This hyper-personalization, it really speeds things up. And beyond that, the cost savings compared to traditional courses, well, they're pretty significant. It makes high-level learning much more accessible. Plus, this whole approach naturally opens up a massive world of online resources. It kind of encourages you to get creative, finding info tailored exactly to your learning style. It means learning becomes incredibly adaptable to your needs and your pace. That's something very few traditional settings can truly offer.
That freedom sounds fantastic, incredibly appealing, but I can also imagine it comes with, well, the risk of losing focus, maybe. How do we make sure that all that flexibility doesn't just turn into aimless drifting or even worse, procrastination? The guide really emphasizes that even though you're alone, structure is basically your best friend. It suggests creating a personalized schedule, breaking down time for specific tasks like vocab, grammar practice, listening, even speaking. I was particularly interested in the idea of using techniques like the Pomodoro method or even fitting in these little micro sessions during the day.
Yeah, and this brings up a really important question. How do you actually maintain discipline without that external accountability? The key, as our source really hammers home, is cultivating strong self-control and consistent, deliberate planning. It's about designing a system that just works for you. For instance, the Pomodoro method you mentioned. Focused 25-minute work bursts, then short breaks. That can be incredibly effective. You could dedicate one Pomodoro just to new vocabulary, the next to maybe a grammar exercise, another to listening. This structured approach, it stops you getting mentally tired and prevents that aimless browsing. Think about tools like, well, physical planners, mobile apps, digital calendars, not just for reminders, but for actually blocking out study time like they're real appointments you can't miss. Map out your tasks daily, weekly, monthly. Make your progress visible, tangible. It's all about creating this internal commitment mechanism, to prevent drifting and really maximize your productive time.
Right, okay. And here's where it gets really interesting, especially for those maybe without easy access to an English-speaking community. One of the biggest perceived challenges for solo learners is creating that immersive environment. But our source gives some brilliant, really practical tips for building your own sort of English speaking bubble right there at home, even if you're the only one speaking English. We're talking simple things, but potentially really impactful changes, like switching your phone and computer language to English, or plastering sticky notes with new vocabulary everywhere, surrounding yourself with English books, magazines, even just looking at product labels in English.
Exactly. And this isn't just about passive exposure. It's about actively fostering a consistent English mindset, making the language kind of unavoidable in your daily routine. By consistently interacting with English, even passively at first, maybe through movies, TV shows, audiobooks, podcasts, you effectively start to trick your brain into thinking in the language. For example, changing your phone language. Every single notification, every setting, every app forces a tiny micro interaction with English. It makes it feel less foreign over time. And those sticky notes, they're not just reminders. They can be part of an active recall system. Write the English word on one side, the meaning on the other. Test yourself during the day. And definitely don't underestimate the power of social media. Subscribing to English language pages, channels that align with your actual hobbies, cooking, gaming, fashion, whatever, it effortlessly weaves the language into your life without feeling like a chore. It's about transforming your personal space into this constant, gentle English immersion zone.
That makes sense. And in today's world, yeah, going solo doesn't mean you're truly isolated. It means you have this powerful digital army right at your fingertips, ready to help. The guide points out the huge benefits of online courses, mobile apps, language platforms. It specifically mentions apps like Duolingo, Anki, and Memrise as fantastic for vocabulary. But I'm curious what makes them stand out. It's not just about having apps, is it?
That's a great point because, no, it's not just about downloading apps. It's understanding how to leverage their unique features effectively. Take Anki, for instance. It's famous for its use of spaced repetition. It's a scientifically proven method, basically. It schedules vocabulary reviews precisely when you're most likely to forget them. This dramatically boosts your long-term memory retention. It's really clever. Memrise, on the other hand, it excels with memory aids, mnemonics, and gamification. It makes the learning process really engaging, kind of sticky. But it goes beyond just these dedicated language apps, too. Consider leveraging things like chatbots or virtual assistants for conversation practice. You can prompt them with specific scenarios, like role-playing, ordering food, maybe navigating a job interview simulation, even debating a topic you care about. Some of the more advanced AI tools can even analyze your pronunciation and grammar, giving you instant, unbiased feedback, which is amazing. This allows for constant self-checking and makes the learning process incredibly autonomous, very well structured. It means your resources are practically limitless, available whenever, wherever.
Okay, so weaving all this together, what does it mean for your long-term success? It seems to boil down to two really critical factors: unwavering motivation and setting clear, actionable goals. The guide stresses that your why, your reason for learning English, whether it's career, travel, connection, personal growth, it needs to be significant, strong enough to push you through those inevitable plateaus. And then it suggests breaking that big goal down into measurable, achievable steps, short term, long term. I really like the idea it mentions of keeping a success diary to track every small improvement. That feels like a powerful tool, especially for solo learners.
It really is. And this raises that important question again. How do you stay on track, keep that internal drive going when there's no teacher grading you, no classmates? It's all about discipline, self-control, and consistent self-reinforcement. Your why isn't just a one-time thought. It needs to be something you actively revisit. Write it down, make it visible. And for goals, think SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So instead of just learn English, make it something concrete like master 50 new business vocabulary words by the end of this month, or comfortably hold a 5-minute conversation about my hobbies in 3 months' time. That success diary. Yeah, it's not just for tracking. It's a potent psychological tool. On days you feel demotivated, looking back at tangible progress, that new grammar point you finally nailed, the movie you understood without subtitles, that conversation you practiced in your head, it provides undeniable proof you were improving. Using apps for progress tracking, or even simple things like visual cues, stickles, charts, can be incredibly motivating too. So yeah, clear motivation, actionable goals, and systematic progress tracking. They really are the bedrock of successful self-study, especially when you're navigating it yourself.
Now, let's get to the part that I think worries a lot of solo learners: speaking. Many assume that without a regular conversation partner, achieving fluency in speaking is just impossible. But our source offers a really powerful, kind of liberating solution. Talk to yourself. I know it sounds a bit unconventional, maybe slightly strange at first, but the guide says to create imaginary dialogues, rehearse potential conversations in your head, or even speak aloud in front of a mirror. It also recommends keeping a diary in English and regularly retelling your day's events out loud. How effective can this actually be?
Oh, it's incredibly effective. If we connect this to the bigger picture, consistent practice, even when you're alone, is absolutely the key to elevating your English, particularly your speaking skills. The effectiveness comes from the deliberate practice and the metacognition it encourages. Thinking about your thinking. When you talk to yourself, you're not just making noise, you're actively constructing sentences, you're accessing vocabulary, recalling grammar rules, formulating thoughts in English. This is active retrieval practice. It's far more impactful than just passively reading or listening. The guide suggests specific techniques like using video diaries, record yourself speaking. Yeah, it might feel awkward initially, but watching yourself back, it allows for really critical self-analysis of your pronunciation, your intonation, even your body language. You can then compare it to native speakers. Or try spontaneous speaking exercises. Just pick a random topic, your favorite movie, what you had for breakfast, a news story, and talk about it without any preparation for, say, 2 or 3 minutes. That builds real-time fluency. And it's also vital to combine speaking with listening. Techniques like shadowing, where you listen to a native speaker and immediately try to repeat exactly what they say, mimicking the rhythm, the intonation. That is transformative for pronunciation and achieving a natural flow. It solidifies everything you're learning by engaging multiple parts of your brain in active production.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But it's still natural, I suppose, to feel a bit isolated when learning entirely on your own, especially without that immediate back and forth of a conversation partner. The guide gives such a powerful message, though. Don't wait for the perfect partner to just appear. Keep doing those self-conversations, recording your voice, comparing it. But what if you do crave a little more interaction, even while you're still primarily self-studying? Is there a middle ground?
There absolutely is. And this really reinforces the idea that learning doesn't have to be entirely solitary, even if you are primarily self-taught. Look, the goal isn't necessarily finding a live, face-to-face conversation partner from day one. It's about consistent engagement and getting some form of feedback. Participating in online communities, language learning forums, even just text-based chats can provide that crucial maybe illusion of communication initially, and also valuable low-pressure feedback. You can ask questions, you can share your progress, read what others are writing, maybe even try correcting your mistakes or getting yours corrected. It's all practice. Many apps now offer text-based language exchange features where you can write back and forth with native speakers or other learners. This really helps bridge that potential gap of loneliness. It allows you to feel connected and supported on your solo journey without the perhaps initial intimidation of live speaking until you feel more ready. So active engagement, even if it's virtual, is vital. It keeps motivation high and gently pushes you towards real-world application. It transforms alone into autonomous.
So there you have it, a really comprehensive and I think empowering guide to mastering English on your own terms. The key takeaways from our deep dive seem pretty clear. Embrace the unique advantages of self-study for the deep personalization. Create an immersive English environment around you. Even small changes help. Strategically leverage the incredible power of modern technology. Set clear, motivating, and measurable goals. And maybe most importantly, practice, practice, practice every single day, even if it's just with yourself or your digital tools.
Exactly. Remember, your journey to fluency is uniquely yours, and it's entirely within your control. This guide really shows that the most powerful tool you possess is your own commitment, your adaptability, and, well, the sheer volume of resources available at your fingertips today. So if you've been thinking about taking the leap into self-study, maybe this is your sign. We've shown you how you can approach it with strategy and confidence. Now, the provocative thought we want to leave you with today is this. Are you ready to stop just thinking about speaking English and simply start speaking it starting today?